If you want to see our previous videos, then click the channel name or picture below the video, then go to the video or playlist option. This is Bori Critical Mahabharat book section 14, Vidura Gamana Parva 197. After Draupadi's marriage, Besampayana said, then trusted spies brought the news to the kings that the beautiful and fortunate Draupadi had got the Pandavas as her husband, and that the great souled one who had strung the bow and had preached the target was Arjuna. Friends, please press the red subscribe option and press the bell icon for my latest video updates. Greatest among those who are virtuous and a mighty wielder of the bow and arrows, the great souled and strong one who had lifted up Shalya, the king of Madra, and had wheeled him around and had frightened all men in the fight with a tree, himself without fear, was none other than Bhima, whose touch was terrible and who was the tormentor of armies of enemies. When they heard that Kunti's and Pandu's son had assumed the disguise of peaceful Brahmanas, those rulers of men were greatly surprised because they had earlier heard that Kunti and her sons has been burned alive in the house of Black. Those ruler of men therefore regarded them as having been born again. Remembering the extremely cruel deed of Purochana, they cursed Bhishma and the Kaurava Dhritarashtra. When the Swayamvara was over, all the kings learned that the Pandavas had been chosen and returned the way they had come. On seeing that Arjuna, who was born by white horses, had been chosen by Draupadi, King Duryodhana was very depressed and returned with his brothers Ashwathama, his maternal uncle Karna, and Kripa. Full of shame, Dushasana softly spoke to him, O king, if Dhananjaya had not been disguised as a Brahmana, he would never have succeeded in obtaining Draupadi. No one recognized him because of that. I think destiny is supreme and human endeavors are fruitless. O brother, cursed be our human endeavors when the Pandavas are still alive. Thus, talking to one another and blaming Purochana, they entered Hastinapura miserable and downcast. They were frightened and all their resolutions disappeared when they discovered that the immensely powerful sons of Pritha had escaped the fire and were allied with Drupada. They thought of Dishtidumya Sikandi and all the other sons of Drupada, all skilled in the art of war. On learning that Draupadi had chosen the Pandavas and that Dhritarashtra's sons had returned in shame, their pride broken. Vidura was very happy. O Lord of people, the Shata went to Dhritarashtra and said in great wonder, the Kurus are prospering from good fortune. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, on hearing this from Vidura, Dhritarashtra, the son of Vichitravirya, was overjoyed and exclaimed that what great fortune in his ignorance, the king of men who only possessed the eyesight of knowledge, and through that Draupadi had chosen his eldest son Duryodhana, he ordered that many ornaments be made for Draupadi and sent words to his son Duryodhana and Krishna should be brought in. It was then the Vidura told him that the Pandavas had been chosen, that those warriors were all in good health, and that they had been duly honored by Drupada. They had many allies and relatives now with large armies. Dhritarashtra said, Pandu's sons are dearer to me than they were to Pandu. O Vidura, my joy is greater now that I know that those brave Pandavas are in good health with friends. O Shata, with king, deprived of fortune on earth, and in search of power, would not desire to have an alliance with Drupada and his relatives. Beshampana said, when the king uttered such words, Vidura replied, O king, may this intelligence of yours last for a 100 years, O ruler of the people. Then Duryodhana and Radha's son Karna come to Dhritarashtra and told him, "We cannot speak in Vidura's presence. We wish to speak to you in private. What do you want to do now?" O Father, do you take the prosperity of your rebels to be worth of your own? O Supreme among men, you applauded them before the Shata. O one who is unblemished, you act one way when another needs to be done. O Father, you must always act in a way so as to weaken their strength. The time has come for us to counsel one another so that they do not swallow us up with our sons, armies, and relatives. Next chapter. Dhritarashtra said, I myself have the worries that you do, but I do not wish to reveal my attitude to Vidura. Therefore, I particularly praise their qualities so that Vidura does not know my true wishes even through a gesture. This is the time, O Duryodhana, tell me what you think. O Radheya, you also tell me what you think. Duryodhana said, let us now use skilled and able Brahmanas who have our trust to create conflict among the Pandavas between the sons of Kunti and the sons of Madri, or let us tempt King Drupada in sons and all his advisers with large presents of wealth so that they abandon Kunti's sons. King Yudhishthira, or let them individually be told how difficult it is to live here, so that the Pandavas decide to live there away from us, or let artful and skilled men create decision among the sons of Pritha, or let them initiate Krishna against them. That should be easy because they are many. Let the Pandavas be dissatisfied with her and see with them. O king, let artful and skilled men secretly bring about Bhimsena's death. He is the strongest among them. O king, when he is dead, they will lose their enterprise and their energy. Without him, they will no longer wish for the kingdom because he is their only support. Arjuna is invincible in battle as long as he is supported from the back by Brikodara. Without him, Falguna is not even worth a fourth of Radheya in battle. Radheya means Karna. With Bhimsena dead, they will know their great weakness, and knowing our great strength, the feeble ones will perish. O king, if the sons of Pritha come here and submit themselves to our desires, we can confidently destroy them, or one after another, we can seduce them with pretty women so that Krishna is disenchanted with Kunti's sons. Or we can send Radheya to bring them here and on the way here get them killed through an attack by dacoits whom we trust. Employ without delay whichever of these strategies seems to you to be faultless. Time passes. As long as their confidence in King Drupada, who is like a bull, is not established, until then we cannot succeed, but not afterwards. O Father, these are my views. We should suppress them. O Radheya, what do you think? Are you these views good or bad? Karna said, O Duryodhana, in my view, your opinion are not distinguished by wisdom. O extender of the Kuru lineage, the Pandavas cannot be overcome through trickery. O brave warrior, in the past you have used subtle tricks to surprise them, but you did not succeed. O king, then they lived near you and were children who had not developed friends and allies, but you could not hold them down. They now live far away and have grown up. They have developed friends and allies. It is my firm conviction that Kunti's son cannot be injured through trickery, nor can they be subjugated through vices because they are protected by faith. They desire to have the kingdom of their fathers and grandfathers back. We can't injure them through such means. It is impossible to create decision among them. It is impossible to create decision among those who have taken a common wife, nor will we succeed in alienating Krishna from them. She chose them in a time of adversity and they are now prosperous. Women have a quality that they desire many husbands. Krishna has got this and can't be alienated. The king of Panchala is virtuous and does not crave for riches. Even if we give him our entire kingdom, it is certain that he will not desert the sons of Kunti. He, his son also has all the good qualities and is attached to the Pandavas. Therefore, I do not think that any subtle strategy that you think of will ever be able to injure them, O bull among men. But today this is what is good and advisable for us, O Lord of the earth. The Pandavas can be struck down as long as they have not established their roots. O Lord, agree to smite them with arms as long as our side is strong and that of the Panchalas is weak. We should strike them with arms without hesitation, O son of Gandhari. Strike them with arms quickly and with valor before their chariots, their friends and their relatives gather. O king, display your valor before the king of Panchala and his immensely brave son decide to take action. Show your valor before Varshaniya arrives with his Vashava army to restore the Pandavas to their kingdom. O ruler of the earth, riches, diverse objects of pleasure, kingdoms, there is nothing that Krishna will not sacrifice for the sake of the Pandavas. The great soul Bharata acquired the earth through his valor. The slayer of Paka obtained lordship of the three worlds through his valor. O Lord of the earth, valor is always praised among Kshatriyas. O bull among kings, valor is the eternal dharma of those who are brave. O one, therefore without any more delay, let us defeat Drupada with a large army with 4 components and bring the Pandavas here. The Pandavas cannot be defeated through uh, conculation, gifts or decision. Therefore vanquish them with your valor, O ruler of men. After defeating them through your valor, ruler over the extensive earth, I do not see any other way of accomplishing our objective. Vishnupada said, on hearing Radheya's word, the immensely powerful Dhritarashtra praised him and said, O son of Suta, you are blessed with great wisdom and are skilled in the use of weapons. Such words that speak of valor are worthy of you. But let Bhishma, Drona, Vidura and the two of you consult each other and arrive at a course of action that is the best for our welfare. Thereupon, the immensely famous King Dhritarashtra summoned all his advisers and consulted them. Bhishma said, I will never agree to a war with Pandu's sons. There is no doubt that Pandu was as dear to me as Dhritarashtra is to me. The sons of Gandhari are like the sons of Kunti. O Dhritarashtra, they must be protected as much by me as by you, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, like they are to me and the king, they should be the same way to Duryodhana and the other sons of Kuru. Therefore, I can never favor a war with them, have a treaty with those warriors and give them land. For those best of the Kurus, there is no doubt that this is the kingdom of their fathers and grandfathers, O Duryodhana, just as you consider this kingdom to be your parental property. The Pandavas also see it as their paternal property. If the Pandavas who practice austerities cannot get this kingdom, how can it be yours or of anyone from the Bharata lineage or belong the Bharatas? If you think that you have acquired this kingdom through what is right, I think that they rightfully think that they obtained the kingdom before you, or Tiger man peacefully give them half of the kingdom. That will be the best for everyone. If you act in any other way, no good will come out of it. There is no doubt that you will be covered in dishonor. Try to preserve your good reputation, or good reputation is the source of supreme strength. It is said that a man who has lost his reputation lives in vain. O son of Gandhari, O descendant of the Kuru, as long as a man's good reputation lasts, he does not die, he is destroyer when his good reputation is lost. Therefore, follow the dharma that is worthy of the Kuru lineage, O one with mighty arms, act as your ancestors have acted before you. It is fortunate that those warriors are alive, it is fortunate that Pritha is alive, it is fortunate that the evil Purochana himself perished without being successful, O son of Gandhari. From the time I heard that what had happened to the sons of Kunti, I was not able to look at any living beings, O tiger among men. People do not think Purochana as guilty as they think you, O king. Therefore, the escape of Pandavas from that destruction and their reappearance is something that should be wished for. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, note that as long as those warriors are alive, the wielder of the Vajra himself cannot deprive them of their paternal property because they are established in Dharma and are united. They have been deprived of an equal share in the kingdom through adharma. If you wish to act in accordance with dharma, if you wish to do that which pleases me, if you wish to do that which is good, give them half. Drona said, O king, it has been heard that Dhritarashtra's friends who have been summoned for consultation should always speak that which is right and true and brings fame. My views are the same as those of the great soul Bhishma. Let Kunti's son have a share in the kingdom. That is eternal dharma, O descendant of the Bharata lineage. Sent a soft-spoken man to Drupada. Let him carry many riches for them. Let him carry many expensive presents with him. Let him speak to him in good fortune and comes about because of his alliance. O king, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, let him repeatedly tell Drupada and Dishtidumya that both you and Duryodhana are extremely pleased with what has happened. Let him say that this alliance is appropriate and pleasing. Let him repeatedly pacify the sons of Kunti and the sons of Madri, O king of kings. On your command, let him present Draupadi with many brilliant and golden ornaments, O bull among Bharata lineage. Let presents also be given to all the sons of Drupada and appropriate ones to all the Pandavas and Kunti. The pacifying Drupada and the Pandavas, he should immediately propose their return. When those warriors receive the permission to return, let Dushasana and Vikarna go to receive them with a magnificent army. O best of kings, let the sons of Pandu always be treated by you with honor. As desired by a people, let them be instated in their ancestral kingdom. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, O King Bhishma and I believe that this should be your conduct towards the Pandavas, who are like your own sons. Karna said, these two have always been sustained in all their actions through your riches and your honor. What can be more surprising that they should now offer advice that is not for your own good? How can the wise accept advice that is apparently good, rendered by a man with malice in his heart, through he hides his true intentions? In times of adversity, friends can what neither do that which is good nor that which is harmful. A man's misery or happiness depends on destiny alone. A wise one, a fool, and old man, a child, one who has friends, and one who is none finds anything anywhere. We have heard that in earlier times there was a king named Ambuvija. He was the king in Rajagriha and ruled over Magadha. He was a king who had no abilities. All that he did was to breathe air in and out. All his affairs were in the hands of his ministers. He had a minister named Mahakarni who became the sole lord and, thanks to the authority he had obtained, began to dishonor the king. That fool appropriated for himself everything that belonged to the king, his objects of desire, his women, his jewels, his riches, and all his power. But having obtained all these, his adversaries only increased, and having appropriated everything else, he covered the kingdom. We have heard that the king had no abilities. He only breathed air, but despite this and despite all his attempts, he could not take a kingdom away from him. O Lord of the people, there was no human endeavor in him. The kingdom was his through destiny. If this kingdom is yours through destiny, it will remain with you without a doubt, notwithstanding the enmity of all the worlds. But if ordained otherwise, I will never remain with you, no matter how much you try. You are learned. Therefore, remembering all this, judging the honesty and dishonesty of your advisers, weight and advice of those who have spoken for the good and those who have spoken for evil. Drona said, you know that you say this out of malice, and the reason for that you are wicked, and to bring injury to the Pandavas you find fault with us, O Karna. Know that what I have said is for the supreme welfare of everyone, for the propagation of the Kuru lineage. If you think this leads to evil, tell us what which brings supreme welfare. If my advice leading to the supreme welfare I have described is not followed, it is my opinion that the lineage of the Kurus will soon be destroyed. Vidura said, O king, there is no doubt that your friends have spoken that which brings your greatest welfare, but words do not remain with those who are unwilling to listen. O King Bhishma, the son of Shantanu and supreme among the Kurus, has spoken that which is for your greatest welfare, but you do not accept it in many ways. Drona also said that which is for your welfare, but Karna, the son of Radha, does not believe this to be good for you. O king, after thinking about it, I do not find anyone who is better friend to you than these two lions among men, supreme in their wisdom. These two are old in age, in wisdom, and in their knowledge of the secret text. O Lord over kings, they regard the son of Pandu with equal eyes. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, O king, there is no doubt that in virtue and truthfulness they are not inferior to Rama, means Parshurama, the son of Dasharatha. That means he talking about Rama in Treta Yuga, Dasharatha or Gaya. Never before have they given you bad advice, nor have they even done that which bring you injury. Therefore, why should these tigers among men, whose strength comes from their truthfulness, give you advice that is not for your welfare, O ruler of men? These best of men are known in this world for their wisdom. They will never give you bad advice, nor say that which is wicked. O descendant of the Kuru lineage, it is my firm conviction that these two, well versed in what is right, will not take either side for the sake of personal gain. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, I consider this to bring the greatest welfare to you, O king. There is no doubt that the Pandavas are your sons, as Duryodhana as the and the others are. Therefore, those advisors who unwisely advise you against them don't really have your interest at heart, O king. If you have partially in your heart, it is certain it does you no good and encourage your inner feelings, O king. Therefore, I certainly do not think that those two great souled and illustrious ones have said anything that leads to evil. However, you are not inclined towards that, O tiger among men. What those bulls among men have said about their invincibility is quite true. May you be fortunate, O king. Can the handsome Pandava Sabyasachi Dhananjaya ever be vanquished in battle by Maghavan himself? Can the great Bhimsena, with strong arms and the strength of 10,000 elephants, ever be vanquished in battle by the gods? Can anyone who wished to leave vanquished in battle the twins, well skilled in battle and like the sons of Yama himself? How can the eldest Pandava, in whom patience, compassion, mercy, truthfulness, and valor are always present, ever be vanquished in war? With Rama on their side, Janardana and their advisor, and Satyaki in their supporter, is there anyone whom they have not already vanquished in battle? Drupada, in their father-in-law Drupada's son, Parshartha Dishtitumya and his other brave brothers, are their brother-in-law or descendant of the Bharata lineage, knowing that they cannot be vanquished and knowing that their claim to the kingdom is prior to yours, you must act towards them in accordance with Dharma, O king. On account of the act of Purochana, you have been slain by great infamy. You must cleanse yourself of that by behaving kindly towards them, O king. We have earlier waged a great war with King Drupada. Our side will be strengthened if we can get him as an ally. O ruler of the people, the Dasharathas are powerful. Dasharahas are powerful and numerous. They will be where Krishna is, and where Krishna is, victory will certainly be there. O king, unless cursed by destiny, who seeks to obtain through war that which can be obtained through coalition, O king, having heard that Pritha's sons are alive, inhabitants of the city of the country are extremely happy and eager to see them. Do what is pleasing to them. Duryodhana, Karna, and Shakuni, the son of Subala, are evil, foolish, and young. Do not listen to their words, O king, endowed with all the qualities. Long ago I told you that this kingdom and its subjects will be destroyed through Duryodhana's fault. Dhritarashtra said, Santanu's son, the learned Bhishma, the illustrious Rishi Drona, and you yourself have spoken the truth and that which is best for me. There is no doubt that since those Maharathas, the sons of Kunti, are the sons of Pandu, they are also my sons according to Dharma. Since my sons are entitled to this kingdom, there is no doubt that Pandu's sons are also entitled to this kingdom. O Shata, go and honorably bring them and their mother here. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, also bring with them Krishna of divine beauty. It is through good fortune that the sons of Pritha are alive. It is through good fortune that Pritha is alive. It is through good fortune that those Maharathas have obtained Drupada's daughter. It is through good fortune that our strength has increased. It is through good fortune that Purochana is dead, O greatly radiant one. It is through good fortune that my great grief has been dissipated. Beshampayana said, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, thereupon on Dhritarashtra's command, Vidura went to Draupadi and the Pandavas. O king, having gone there, that righteous man learned in all the Shastras addressed Drupada appropriately and waited on him. He too received Vidura in appropriate way, and they courteously asked about each other's welfare. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, he saw there the Pandavas and Vasudeva. He embraced them lovingly and asked about their welfare. One after another they worshipped Vidura, who was immensely wise. O king, on Dhritarashtra's instruction, he repeatedly and affectionately asked Pandu's son about their welfare. O lord of the people, he then gave the Pandavas Kunti, Draupadi and Drupada's son the many jewels and other riches that had been sent by the Kauravas through him. In the presence of the Pandavas and Keshava, the supremely wise Vidura then addressed Drupada in modest words of affection. O king, listen to my words with your sons and ministers. Dhritarashtra, his sons, his ministers, and his relatives have repeatedly and happily inquired about your welfare. O Lord of men, he is delighted with his alliance with you. O immensely wise Bhishma, the sons of Santanu, and all the other Kauravas have inquired about your welfare in every way. The great archer Drona, the son of Bharadwaja, and your beloved friend, has inquired about your welfare, embracing you. O king of Panchala, Dhritarashtra, and all the other Kauravas regard themselves as fortunate as his alliance with you. O Yagasena, this alliance with you has given them greater pleasure than acquiring a new kingdom. O Lord, knowing all this, you must allow the Pandavas to depart. The Kurus are extremely eager to see Pandavas' sons. These bulls among men have been away from home for a long time. They and Pritha must be eager to see their city. All the chief women of the Kuru lineage and all the inhabitants of the city and the country are waiting to see the Panchala princess Krishna. O illustrious one, it is my view that without any more delay you should issue instructions for the Pandavas to go there with their wife. O king, when the great souled Pandavas have got permission, I shall send word to Dhritarashtra through swift messenger, and the sons of Kunti can live with Kunti and Krishna. And next chapter, section 15, Rajya Labha Parva. Next chapter, section 15, Rajya Labha Parva, chapter 199. Drupada said, O greatly learned Vidura, it is indeed as you have told me now, O Lord. I am also greatly delighted at the alliance that we have just concluded. It is proper that these great souled brothers should now return home, but it is not proper that I should say this himself in my own words. If that is what the brave Yudhishthira, son of Kunti, Bhimsena and Arjuna, the twins, Nakul Sahadeva, who are bulls among men, and Rama and Krishna learned in the precepts of the law, desire. Then the Pandavas should go there. Those two tigers among men are always engaged in that which is good for them. Yudhishthira said, O king, my followers and I are now dependent on you. We will do that which you tell us is for our own good. Vaishampayana said at that. Vasudeva said, I am of the view that they should go, but we must go by what King Drupada, who knows everything about the law, suggests. Drupada replied, having through about all the circumstances, my views are in agreement with what the mighty armed and valiant Dasharath supreme among men thinks. The time is right. There is no doubt that the greatly fortunate sons of Kunti, the son of Pandu, are now as dear to me as they are to Vasudeva himself. Yudhishthira, Kunti's son and the son of Dharma, himself does not seek their welfare as much as Keshava, tiger among men, does. Then the great soul Drupada gave them leave to depart. The Pandavas, Krishna, and extremely wise Vidura took with them Draupadi, Krishna, and the illustrious Kunti, and with pleasure and leisurely pace travelled towards the city of Hastinapura, descendant of the Bharata lineage. On hearing that the warriors were coming, Kaurava Dhritarashtra sent the Kauravas to receive the Pandavas. The great archer Vikarna, Chitrasena, and supreme archer Drona and Kripa, the son of Gautama, then surrounded by them, the Mahabharat and radiant warriors slowly entered the city of Hastinapura. Great resplendence increasing, those tigers among men were freed from their grief and sorrow. The city became radiant with wonder. Dear to the hearts of the people, the Pandavas heard loud exclamation for the citizens, always eager to do what was dear to them. The tiger among men, the one of righteous conduct, has returned. He always protected us with the rule of law. As if we were his near relatives, it seems without doubt as if the great King Pandu, who loved the forest, has returned today from the forest to do what which pleases us and is good for our welfare. Can there be any greater joy for us now that the brave sons of Kunti have returned to the city? If we have given alms and sacrificial offspring, if we have performed austerities, let the Pandavas remain in the city of 100 autumns. They worshipped the feet of Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, and others who deserve it, and asking about the welfare of everyone in the city, entered the place earmarked for them at Dhritarashtra's command. When those immensely strong and great souls had rested for some time, they were summoned by King Dhritarashtra, and the son of Santanu Dhritarashtra said, O son of Kunti, listen with your brothers to what I have to say, so that strife does not arise again. Go to khandavprasth. No one can harm you there. If you are protected there by Partha as the 30 gods or by the welder of Vajra, go to khandavprasth and take half the kingdom. Those bulls among men accepted the king's words, and reluting, everyone set out for the terrible forest. Having received half the kingdom, they entered Khandavprastha with Krishna leading them. The invincible Pandavas went there and made it as beautiful a place as heaven. Led by Depana, the Marathas selected a pure and holy place, performed propitiatory ceremonies, and measured out the land of a city. It was surrounded by moats as wide as the ocean, and walls that rose high up into the sky. It was white like the clouds and like snow-covered mountains. This greatest of cities was as resplendent as Bhogavati of the Nagas. It was protected by terrible double-doored gates that were like two-winged garudas. The high towers were like dense clouds, like many Madhura mountains. It was well covered with many weapons, with sharp spears and javelins like double-tongued snakes, and impenetrable to the weapon of enemies. The splendid and spiraling turrets were guarded by warriors and well stocked with weapons of attack. There were many sharp hooks and shatagnis and other weapons of war. Great iron chakras adorned that best of cities. The streets were wide and well laid out, preventing collisions among large chariots. It shone with many beautiful white mansions like a mass of dense clouds circled by lightning and reflecting the image of heaven. It came to be known as Indraprastha. In that lovely and beautiful place was the dwelling of the Kauravas. It was full of every kind of treasure, like the palace of the treasure himself, O King Brahmanas, the best of those who knew all the Vedas went there. It was a desired habitation for those who knew all the tongues, desiring to earn wealth. Many merchants from every direction went there. Desirous of living there came many artisans of every craft. Lovely gardens surrounded the city with amrash, nipas, ashoka, shalas, tapas. These trees were beautiful, full of flowers, and bent down with the burden of their fruits. Amlokas, lodras, blossoming, ankolas, jambus, patalas, partridge, and many other kinds of trees were there, always adorned with flowers and fruit, and swarming with many different kinds of birds. There echoed the calls of fringed peacocks and delighted cuckoos. There were houses that were as white as mirrors and bowers full of creepers. There were artificial hillocks designed to bring pleasure. There were ponds filled with clear water and charming lakes that were fretted with lotuses and water lilies and adorned with many swans, geese, and chakravaka birds. The beautiful ponds were surrounded by many trees, and there were many beautiful and large tanks. O great king, living in the large kingdom populated by holy people, the joy of the Pandavas continued to increase eternally. Thus, because of the righteous conduct of Bhishma and the king, the Pandavas came to live in Khandavprasth with the five great archers. And today, Khandavprasth is Delhi in India. Okay, with the five great archers, each like an Indra, and Khandavprastha's other name was Indraprastha. That best of cities was adorned like Bhogavati of the Nagas. O king, having shattered them, there is taking the constant of the Pandavas, the brave Keshava with Rama, and went to Dwaravati. Next chapter, Arjuna Vanvasa Parva.